Evaluate the given definite integral. This is example 7. The integral from 3 to 4 of, in parentheses, 0.4 e to the negative 0.4a plus 6 divided by a dA. So taking each part separately, the integral from 3 to 4, 0.4 e to the negative 0.4a dA plus the integral 3 to 4, 6 a to the negative 1 dA. And you can write the a to the negative 1, or you can just leave that 6 over a, because if you try to do the power rule over that, then you're going to get a division by 0. You have to remember that the integral of 1 over x dx is the natural log of the absolute value of x. So that's what we have for this second part. Now also, when you do the derivative with respect to x of e to the x, you get e to the x. But when you do the derivative with respect to x of e to the f of x, you get e to the f of x times f prime of x. So when you do the integral of e to the f of x dx, it's e to the f of x divided by f prime of x. So this is going to be 0.4 e to the negative 0.4a divided by negative 0.4. Evaluated at 4 and 3. And I could do those at the end, and I will actually. Plus 6 times the natural log of the absolute value of a. And it's going to be evaluated at 4 and 3. But I tell you what we'll do is let's just go ahead and, instead of doing each part, let's take this whole thing and evaluate it first at 4 and then at 3, and then subtract those two. Now I can reduce this to a negative 1, so I've got negative e to the negative 0.4a plus 6 natural log absolute value of a. So the first time I have to put in a 4, and I get negative e to the negative 0.4 times 4 plus 6 times the natural log of 4. Now I don't need the the absolute value, because that 4 is a positive, so it's just unnecessary. Minus, in parentheses, negative e to the negative 0.4 times 3 plus 6 natural log of 3. And again, don't need the absolute value because 3 is a positive number. Let me draw a line down here so you know. Okay, now, final answer is going to be the decimal for this, negative e to the negative 1.6, when you multiply 4 times negative 0.4, plus 6 times the natural log of 4. Now be careful here. Minus and a minus is a plus e to the negative 1.2. When I multiply those two together, and then careful, it's going to be a minus 6 times the natural log of 3. And you can just put that in your calculator. And if you do that, and you may have to do it 2 or 3 times, just to make sure you've entered it right, and you round it to 3 places, you'll get 1.825. And the one thing that I would recommend is, let's talk about this in the calculator real fast. Because there's no way you can do this without a calculator. You got to have a calculator for those natural logs and for those e's. So quickly, let's just talk about this in the calculator. To get the e, you got to do second and natural log. So if you type in negative e to the negative 1.6, you have to type in the negative sign first, and then you do second natural log. So that's going to take 3 keys. Okay, and then the E is going to show up, and it's going to have a caret key behind it and a parentheses. You type in the negative 1.6, and you have to close your parentheses. Okay, and then the same thing for the natural log. When you type plus 6 natural log of 4, well, the natural log key is right on there, so it's 6. That natural log key 4. They give you the opening parentheses. They expect you to put the closing parentheses. Okay? If you miss this problem, I suspect it'll be because you missed that sign right there. So be really careful when you're looking at your signs, because that's what's going to mess you up.